Hi, everyone. So, I was at Janice's house yesterday. Um, if you don't know who she is, I encourage you to listen to past episodes, but I won't tell you which ones because there's so many. You should just listen to all of them. But anyway, not the first 10 or 15. They sucked. Maybe they all do. Who knows? But anyways, so Janice, yeah, I don't even think she knows what a podcast is, so I'm not worried about her ever finding this, but I don't know what to make of her. Is she autistic or not? Is she like a 73 something year old masker or something? I don't know. Um, okay, so what happened is I went to her house yesterday because, and this is actually the point of the episode, but I already went on a tangent. So I'll explain that after. But I was at her house yesterday and we were talking and she kept me there for like an hour. Oh, well, I guess I'll just go to I'll just start where I was going to start. I was going to re-record this, but you know what? This is my brain, like all the time. And my dry mouth already. Oh my God. So yesterday I was at her house. I was bringing her something. I knew she would keep me there for a while to talk. I didn't know it was for an hour. And I'm like, oh man. Like, I used to love going over and talking to older people when I was in my 20s. And now I just feel like a mixed feelings about it. Like, half of me wants to. And it's not so bad when I'm there. But, like, then the other half is like, well, you don't control really when you get to end everything and leave. I don't fucking know. But anyways, I was over there. And I had explained before how she reacted to the first time I dropped the A word, which is autistic. And I'm not going to blame her for how she reacted the first time because, you know, she's an older generation. And I do not mean to generalize everybody from that generation. I'm not trying to do that because I know that's not true. I could go on, I don't know. I really wanted to expound upon that, but I think you guys know what I mean. But anyways, so there's this lady that lives a couple of houses up from us, and Janice had nicknamed her Roadrunner like years ago, and I love that nickname. Alicia thinks it's rude, but I don't think so, as long as we don't call that to her name, or to her face, to her face, because I don't know, nicknames, they help me remember people when I can't remember their actual name. But anyways, this is like a lady that I am 100% positive that she's autistic. Like, she lives by herself. She's just, I have a litany of, like, reasons I can give you for why I know she's autistic. But, she's not currently in her home because apparently she's in, like, a nursing home or something. So something happened where she fell because she's an older lady. And anyways, because I was asking, like, have you heard anything about her? And Janice was like, no, except that she's still there. And then she was making comments like, you know, like, nobody really knows her. She's been on this street for like 20 something years or however long she said. And I'm like, yeah, she's autistic. And Janice just stopped. Like, it's like her whole, like, she just froze. She just stopped like a mannequin. Like, just everything stopped. And I'm like, what the fuck? Does that word make her go into freeze mode or something? I was like, what is going on here? And she's like, do you think so? And I'm like, well, yeah. And I gave her like a couple of reasons. She's like, that's a trait. And I'm like, yes, Janice, that's a trait. And for her to use the word trait, I wonder if she's been online trying to read some things, because that word is not in her vocabulary. And I think that sounds mean to say, and I don't mean it to sound that way. But she doesn't say things like traits or characteristics or like other, you know, like, it's not in her vocabulary. So I don't know if she's been reading stuff about autism or not. But, I just kind of let it go at that. I was like, yeah, I mean, she does this, and this. And so, yeah, like in my books, she's autistic. But, you know, I don't know her. So, like, anything is possible. Maybe she's not. But I think she is. So, and then we just kind of let it go at that. And we moved on to a different subject. And I was like, I don't even know what was I trying to do there? Like, get her used to the word autism or autistic, or, I mean, I'm not trying to get her to, like, please accept me, Janice. Like, I'm not trying to, like, she must know everything about this now so she can accept me, understand me. Like, I gave up on that shit a long fucking time ago. People will, like, if they want to get there, they'll get there. If they don't, they won't. And I'm used to the latter throughout my life. So, but I just thought I would see what would happen, you know? Like, I'm not angry at her for her lack of knowledge about autism. I'm very glad she didn't shame me this time. So, that's always good. But anyways, so Siesta Tea, I'm obsessed with them. I have been obsessed with them. I thought I was going to kick this, but I haven't. And I've been drinking tea every fucking day. I don't know, for like ever. No, not ever. Pretty much like every day for a long time. Months? I don't know. A year? And Siesta Tea is so delicious. So I had gotten Janice, her birthday was back in February, and ironically, it's the same day as my bio mom's birthday. That fucking bitch. I was like, Janice, I knew you were my real mom. Like, you're my real mother. Anyways, I got her Siesta Tea, like a starter kit, kind of, for her birthday. Well, here's what happened. I get the mystery box from Siesta Tea. Like, once a month, you get like 3 or 4 things of tea or whatever. Your first order, you get 3 things of tea, and then like a little steeper thing that you steep the tea in. I don't know. And so I get those. So I must have messed up or something and accidentally ordered like 2 of those mystery box one month, and it happened to be like her birthday month. So I was like, I'll just give her this box. I think she would like this tea. And that way, that covers her birthday present. And I know that sounds lazy, and it is, but I just thought I would be honest that is what I do. But I also had an ulterior motive because I was like, you know what, maybe she'll like this tea. Because, yeah, it's something that, like, I accidentally got that. Like, oh, sure, she might like it. But, you know, like, I don't just give people gifts. Like, this is going to sound, how do I explain this? I'm not like a gift giver. Like, oh, hopefully she'll like that. Or hopefully, like, you know, I usually, when I give somebody something, it's more than a hopefully. It's a it better. Or I know for a fact if this person used this thing or whatever, like, their life will be better. So I am not an unthoughtful gift giver. Is unthoughtful a word? I don't know. So, yeah, so I thought about it, and I really did think that Janice was going to benefit from the tea because she had been complaining about, like, oh, I drink too much coffee and it's too much caffeine. And she was complaining about, like, not having enough energy or this or that. And I'm like, I have teas that can help with those things. And she never would, like, buy into it before. And so I was like, well, either she's going to use this birthday gift that she doesn't know I didn't plan on giving her, or she's not going to, but I really hope she does. So I gave it to her, really hoping that it was a mystery box that had, like, 3 different kinds of teas in there, and then, like, a steeper, like I said. And she's not a tea drinker. She doesn't drink tea regularly, but I was hoping, like, maybe she'll get started. And so, like, when I gave it to her, I said, Janice, I can't believe I'm talking about this for almost 10 minutes. I was like, Janice, I really think that you would benefit from drinking this stuff. This is really good tea. And basically, yeah, it's also, I'm so obsessed with it. I just want somebody else to enjoy it as much as I do. And, like, Alicia does not. She does not enjoy tea like I do. And so I was like, Janice, just try it. Anyways, so I didn't think she actually would, but I hoped so. And it turns out she did. She tried the tea. She's been drinking it every day since. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, it helped me, like, cut down on coffee. I drink this at night. Like, I have other people over that like to drink tea, and her favorite is the cherry punch. She likes the smell. She likes anything cherry, really. And she had been mentioning a couple of times, I'm almost out of the cherry punch. And I don't know if she knows how to go online and like go to the website and order some. And I just assumed maybe not. So I went ahead and I ordered some for her, and that's what I was bringing over yesterday to give her, was a thing of cherry punch tea. And so, like, actually, the reason that I was on here today originally was to say that it feels so nice. Maybe I already talked about this before, but like, I feel this feeling like really strongly right now, because it's really nice when you get something for somebody that they haven't tried before, and then they try it, and then they continue to use it. That doesn't happen to me. Like, I get people shit, like, yeah, over the years, if I don't know you on a personal level, like, really, like, if I don't know you, I don't know if the thing I got you, like, you still use it. Like, you better, I hope so. Like, it seems like something you would like, or whatever, I don't know. And so anyways, and then the fact that she had a favorite tea was shocking to me too. So I was like, oh my gosh, I better get her more of this tea so she can keep drinking it. And it feels so nice just to know that she's drinking that tea. And I think this sounds a little bit weird to make an episode about this, but I also don't, because how many times have I like suggested to people, like, try this, try that, like, you know, they ask for it, they come to me, they're like, oh, this is like bothering me, what should I do? Or like, I have this issue. It's not like I'm the advice giver, but like, you know, I know when to listen, and I know when to like offer suggestions. And so when people ask for suggestions, I offer them, even though I know that they're likely not going to take them. I still do, because that's, you know, I guess what you're supposed to do. And just most people don't ever take my suggestions unless like a professional recommends it or something, or somebody else recommends it, and then they're like, oh my god, I got into this thing, and I was like, well, I was the one that introduced it to you first. Like, is anybody following this at all? I hope so. But anyways, I'm so happy inside that Janice is using this tea. She enjoys it. It's benefiting her. It's doing the things I told her it would do. And I don't think that like she thinks this way toward me. But when I find somebody, oh, my words. Oh, what was I saying? Like, I don't expect people to feel as strongly as I do about things, or the same way I do about things. So, for example, if like I learn something from somebody, even if I've never met that person, I will always remember that person for being the one that taught me this, whether inadvertently or not. Like, you know, I attribute like, oh my God, if I hadn't learned this or gotten this or whatever from this person, who knows where I would be on this subject or issue, or, you know what I mean? I don't know. So like, I'm really grateful when people teach me things that stick with me and really make a difference in my life. And so I don't think Janice quite feels that way about me, nor should she, because, like, you know, that sounds pretty narcissistic. But I'm pretending that she does. Is that weird? Oh, God. Should I re-record this? I don't know, 15 minutes. The only thing I've had today is a cup of coffee and water. And now a Celsius. So that's all. The rest of this is all natural. It makes me feel good that Janice tried what I gave her and she continues to use it. It makes me feel like, I don't know, valuable or valued in some way. Because, do you know, like, have you ever, like, people come to you, hey, what do you think about this? What should I do? And then, like, you tell them, and then, like, nobody ever listens to you until, like, somebody else gives them the same suggestion down the road. And you're like, well, what the fuck? Why didn't you just listen to me? Your life would have been way easier, like, months ago if you had just listened to me when I first told you about this. And it gets so frustrating. And, you know, it's just always a constant loop of disappointment. Like, why ask me, what could I do? Do you have suggestions? Like, what would you do? And then, like, I provide them thinking that maybe they will go try them, and they don't. And it's like, you wasted my time with that conversation. Those are words that I'll never get back. Like, you wasted my time. You asked me for this thing, and, like, and like you keep asking me, and like, you never do. So, well, what is the point? And so Janice did. And I don't remember the last time like somebody actually like tried something that I suggested that they tried and then liked it and continued to use it. That is an awesome feeling, because do you know what? Like I could have experienced this feeling like so many different times, but like more than that, people's lives could have improved. Like if they had just listened to me when they asked, what should I do? And I am not like I'm not like, oh, come to me, I give the best advice. It's not like that. It's more like, I don't know, like if you have it, how do I explain it? If they have an issue that like I have had, and then I tried this thing for it and it worked for me, and then I found out that it worked for a lot of other people, that's what I'll recommend, assuming that like it'll help that person. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. I'm just talking in circles. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to say that that felt really good that she's still drinking that fucking tea. And I just saw her. So that's another reason why my words are all scattered, because I got roped into a 20-minute conversation in the sun. So my brain's a little fried too, more so than usual. Like I went to my car, like, I don't know, 45 minutes ago. And I was like, I haven't driven it in a few days. So I need to go drive it around the block a few times so rats don't crawl in and start living in the engine like they did the one year. Because that happened, like, a few years back. Like, I don't know, 4 or 5. That's more than a few. But, like, it was, like, during the winter, and, like, a family of rats just fucking moved into my engine. And then, like, they would slowly die. And every time I turned the car on, the engine would fry them. And then they got stuck to the engine. And then I had brought the car into the mechanics. And they're like, you've got, like, dead rat pieces, like, stuck to your engine. So that's haunted me ever since. And so I just am like, if I don't drive this car, I don't really give a fuck that the battery might die, because it won't. It's a new battery. But like, what if mice are living in there and I gotta get them out? This is my brain. And, so yeah. And so like I go out to my car because I was just going to drive it around for like 5 minutes. And then Janice was like out by her car. And during the summer, she parks her car on the grass, which means that like it's closer to our cars. And she happened to be out at hers. And I was like, fuck, I can't get into my car and not say anything. That's rude. And so I was like, hi. And she's just so excited to have somebody talk to. Like, I don't blame her. She's bored during the day. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I can't believe I'm making this episode about Janice. What the hell? And so, like, she just starts talking to me about all kinds of different things for, like, 20 minutes. And I'm out there, like, boob sweat is forming because I'm not even wearing, like, a bra or nothing. Because I thought I was just going to go into my car. I'm still trying to be comfortable wearing a bra out in public, like, or not wearing a sports bra out in public. If I'm not going to go do anything, like, physical, like, that's a whole other thing. But anyways, so, like, I got there, I'm standing out there. It's, like, currently, like, 86 degrees outside, blasting sun. I'm baking in the fucking sun. I can feel myself melting. The sweat is, like, pouring off of my head. It's, like, gathering underneath the fucking crevices of my titties and then like just dripping down my stomach, and I feel gross instantly. And I'm like, why is she still talking to me? Like, and then I'm like, I feel like I'm fucking melting, like I'm a vampire. And I kept talking to Janice. What were we talking about? I couldn't fucking tell you. I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago, but I don't remember the majority of what we talked about because I was just surprised that I got roped into a conversation I did not prepare for, I was not expecting, and I was just trapped in, and I don't know. So we talked, and then I got in my car, then I drove around for 10 minutes, and I have leather seats, so I was just sitting in my own gross puddle of sweat. It was just dropping off of me. Because, POTS, right? Yeah, that explains the sweating issue. That's why I always sweat excessively all the fucking time. And it was just like I got out of the shower. That's how much I sweat. It's just I got out of the shower and it was like constant like streams. Like, that's how bad the sweat is. And I'm driving around and the AC hasn't kicked on in my car yet. And I'm like, my life sucks. But it doesn't suck. But I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But anyways, so that's what this episode's about. And I can't believe I just did 20 minutes of whatever the fuck this was. But you know what? I'm just going to say, when I introduce somebody to something and they use it, oh my God, do I feel like so great inside. Like I feel like somebody listened to me and then, like they're going to hopefully think of me every time that they do this thing or drink it or whatever, like, oh, like they probably won't, but I mean, like, I've talked about this before, but, like, Alicia isn't even half as grateful as I think she should be for the things I've introduced her to. NF, we went to a show. She had no idea who NF was before I introduced her to NF. Brene Brown. What? This bitch didn't know who Brene Brown was. Like, yeah, okay, it was, like, several years ago. Not a whole lot of people did, but, like, I introduced her to Brene Brown. Right? I just like to remind her of this. Flora and Cash. I don't even listen to that band. I like 2 of their songs. She likes them a lot too. And I'm like, but you like them because of me. Hannah Gadsby. She only knows of Hannah Gadsby because I told her of Hannah Gadsby. And so sometimes I'm just like, shouldn't you be more grateful that I introduced you to this thing that like seems to have changed your life in some small way? Bitter much? Probably. I really don't want to publish this episode because I'm kind of embarrassed because I think that my message got lost. I don't even know if I had a message. I really was just getting on here to say I feel so great inside that Janice is still drinking that tea. It's June. I got her that shit in February. She's been drinking it every day since then. And I can't remember if anybody has ever taken my advice and tried something and then said, oh, it did in fact benefit me like you said it would. Because I know what I'm fucking talking about. Which is another thing that's frustrating is there's a lot of things I don't know. I'm always asking questions. I don't know how I made it to my 40s. I don't know how I got this far in life. There's a lot I just don't know about a lot. And there was a lot that I wasn't taught by my parents. But, when I suggest something, it's because I have done the fucking research. I have used the thing. I have read reviews of other people who have used the thing. So much background, deep dive researching. And all of this has gone into this one suggestion that I gave this person. They have no idea that all of that time went into this suggestion. And it was the thing that benefited me. So I feel like it's almost like giving a family recipe. You try to hide it. Oh, don't tell anybody what the recipe is. That was my Christmas lights. If you're wondering, you wouldn't if you heard that sound. But, anyways. So, yeah, I just feel like I'm just giving out these fucking secrets throughout my life. And people are throwing them back in my face by not taking them. I just gave you the secret sauce, you motherfuckers. Your life would be so much better now if you just listened to me, because I do have proof that I know what I'm talking about, but nobody ever wants to treat me like I know what I'm talking about. And so, but that was past tense. I'm not trying to talk as if that's current tense. Well, it kind of is, but I'm going to get off of here now and just really cross my fingers that nobody listens to this episode, but I'm not going to waste 23 minutes and 46 seconds by not publishing this. I really hope that people were able to relate. And please tell me if you were if somebody out there listens to this and you got this far and you really think maybe you need to take this episode down, feel free to shoot me an email, because I might just take your suggestion. I don't know. Okay. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.